Well, hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of me on Lost World. The idea of this video is, or this series I should say, is to get from no money to $100 million. Can I do it? I don't know. And I don't know how long it's going to take. Can I do it before FS25 comes out? I do not have a clue. So I'm going to try out a couple of different methods with the recording of this series. One of them being, the first one was time-lapse and music only. And this one I'm doing time-lapse with audio overlay. And let's see what you think. Now, the idea of this at the moment is I've set the video to times 10. The gameplay to times 10. So the time that it takes in game to play a day currently is about 45 minutes gameplay. And I've managed to condense 45 minutes gameplay down to about 15-minute video for you guys. Especially in these early stages, everything is very repetitive, guys. Everything's really repetitive, so it's quite difficult for me to just expect you to watch 45 minutes of me cutting up wood. Yeah, that would be pretty boring, right? So we're going to test whether you like this style as well, and I will do a full-length style as well, but especially in these early stages, as I say, it's going to be very boring. You're just going to be watching me toing and froing, and yeah, it can actually make you a bit dizzy, to be honest. But anyway, so as you can see right now, I am working to make some money up. This is my primary goal right now, keep making money, cutting down the trees which is in our territory, and I am looking at right now to purchase the cedar. So the cedar is a little bit more, I think it was 3,500, so I just need to cut down one more tree and I'll have everything that I need to get the cedar. And I know it seems very silly, I've only ploughed out a small amount, but I'm trying to make it as manageable as possible at this point. That's sort of the decision behind that. I'm just going to tidy up a little bit more, cut out a little bit more of the plough. Just pull it right round as close to the path as possible. At the moment, I can't afford a stump grinder, so I'm going to do everything around the stump grinding. That's kind of the idea anyway. But this little push-along tractor it's actually faster than I expected it to be. And you'll see later on this ground texture with the little bushes that are not coming up with the plough. They do go away with the cedar, which is really, really handy. So that's good. That's really good. I'm just trying to fill up the time now. So as you can see, the stumps do get in the way a little bit, but it's like, do I wait? No, I need to get something in the ground. And it's essential to get something in the ground so that we can move forward. And once this is done, I can then go on and afford the planter. Just need to detach that. And there it is. It's quite interesting how these come apart. Okay, so I skip along a little bit so I can pay for some seeds. And having a look at the crop calendar time, there is quite a lot available, but I choose sorghum. My thought process for this is it's quite a short period of time until it needs harvesting. It doesn't need as long in the ground. But also, what's quite good about sorghum is it would be really good for chicken feed. So if I don't sell it immediately, I could use it as feed. So my first thought is to get some chickens. I'd quite like to get some chickens. And then a little later on, you'll see me cutting out a little bit more space. Much move. Thank you very much. You'll see I'm going to cut a little bit more, and we'll plant in some more sorghum again. And the idea is, again, it probably will be chicken feed. It probably will be chicken feed. But everything in these early stages of these series, they take time. Everything just takes a lot longer, smaller machinery, and you're constantly hustling for that next dollar. So we've only got 92 quid in the bank, and trying to decide what to do at each stage is quite difficult. And now in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so seed is in the ground, but I really, really do need to fertilize and get some lime on there. That's like my next priority. It's all very well getting the seed in the ground, but I need a decent yield. So I do have precision farming on here, but of course I can't afford a $17,000 scanner right now. So my main focus is on trying to find a tractor which I can attach a sprayer to. So there's this little mod, it's a Zetor, and I have decided now to sell the mower, because I'm just not making any money on it. It's just pointless, to be honest with you. And there we go. I don't have enough money for it. That only goes 29 miles an hour. I do end up going for something a little bit higher. What is a little bit annoying about that tractor is there's no way to... You have to pay $200 for the paint job. Actually, it ends up being $400. And I've tried to change the colours to try and make it stop, but you're in for $400. But as you'll see in a little bit, we get enough money to be able to afford a slightly higher horsepower version of that Zetor. I then can afford a trailer. Tiny, but at least then I don't need to run back and forward every time I cut one branch. So I end up going for the one which is 5,000, and the engine setup, I think it can go up to 40 something. I've got it at the base of 39 for now, which works just well for me. Now I need to earn another 3,500 just so that I can buy the trailer. So at some point I end up cutting it off for you so you don't have to watch everything. But the idea is that I need to get some more money into the bank so that we can afford that next step and that next step and that next step. And of course, I now have a timeline in my mind of what I want to achieve and how quickly I need to achieve it. So I need to have a look at different harvesters at some point and see how much money I need to save. And now that the seed is in the ground, I have a ticking clock. So that puts the pressure on me to get that job done. So it's still got quite some time to go. I'm just going to double check the price again, I think. Also looking at other options, but no other options are available to me. I'm also looking at bale loaders to see what prices they are. Sometimes I'll use a bale loader or something like that. But anyway, I cracked on without you guys, and I managed to afford the cheapest base game trailer. And we can also then go on to use that for as a grain trailer. So it'll have another purpose once we get to it. So this just makes it slightly easier, I find. Rather than going back and forward, we can just jump on the tractor, take them, sell them all at once. just now that the trees are getting further away, it's quite important to think about what I need to do. And also to make the video not so repetitive. Like, it's boring as hell watching me run back and forward and back and forward. So we now finally have a little tractor, and we can look at using that again in the future for a seeder, but I think I'll keep the seeder and the plough on the other one for now. But I end up, thankfully, being able to afford a really great mod, which does lime and fertilizer spreading. And it's very, very cheap in comparison, but I first need to earn a little bit more money so that I can afford to do that. As you can imagine, goodness, it's quite... there's still a lot. Lime is what, $3.50? Fertilizer, I think I managed to get one for $1,000. But it's this one here. Has 330 litre capacity. But we've only got small fields anyway. So there's not that much to worry about. And I have the farm supply pack, so I can get 5,000 litres for £1,000, and that still leaves me 458 in the bank account, which is enough money for more lime, which is fantastic. So get that out and buy the lime and just spread that over. And it's a perfect setup, to be honest. What more can you want? Excellent. Now, of course, I don't know the soil type. Can't afford to do it just yet. But now I only have 99 quid in the bank. And my next step is, right, got that done. Let's now create a little bit more space for my next area. My next field. So we're going to create another field, another little plot. I'm going to do them in small chunks, then when we get bigger we can blend them together. But for now it takes a long time to do one job, so I have to be quite sensible with the space that I create, make sure I can do it all in one day, things like that. So next to the shed, you see I moved forward a little bit. I think I might use that little bit next to the shed for the chickens. I would quite like to put the chickens coop to the left here. I think that'd be quite cute. Not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. But as we know, eggs can make quite a bit of money. And then once we grow, we can start turning those eggs into different productions. We can do so much more. But my aim, I think, once we have this in the ground, so it will be May by the time I get seed into this field, and I'll do sorghum again, and that gives me a couple of months gap in between. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on both methods, whether you like me doing a talk over, whether you like me talking at the same time as gameplay. Let me know, because it's difficult with this. If I was talking along with the gameplay, this clip is about 30 minutes long, 25 minutes long, but I've managed to condense it down to just a few minutes. It probably doesn't look like it, but I'm only going, if you have a look at the speedo, I'm only going 2-3 miles an hour. So that just shows you it takes, even sped up, it looks like I'm going much faster, but it's time lapsed. And it's just shy of 4 speed. So gives you an idea of the sort of speed that we're going at, just to make sure it's not that boring. It's quite relaxing to play if I'm watching something else, or listening to a podcast or something. But if I was talking to you through doing this, I think I would run out of things to say, guys. I think I would run out of things to say. But at least in this method, I can have a little natter with you, talk you through my thought process. And it gives you a really good idea of what I'm thinking. And of course, I'll listen to your comments, but always do remember I record in bulk. So I might not actually read your comments before recording another video. So I apologise for that. But the sun is going down, and it's going down really, really fast. So I'm going to end up the day here, and we'll have to carry on with the ploughing in the next episode. But I hope you've enjoyed watching this, and let me know what you think to this method of recording as a time-lapse and doing a voiceover. Catch you in the next one. See you soon. Bye for now.